Good afternoon, Mr. Sosa and classmates. In this opportunity, I'm going to talk about craft and copycat. But first, let's talk about the definition of this topic. Well, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, craft or copycat, it's a person or action that copies, imitates, mimics, or follows the lead of another. An example, we can say that as a child who says or does exactly the same as another child. Well, we can say that a beautiful photograph steals an images of a play, person, or thing. A painting steals elements of artistic styles developed over countries, and Newport steals techniques from other sewers. The stolen elements are taken and incorporated into something new that can then be stolen and developed into something new again. I really would like to mention a quote that says Picasso said. He said that one good artist copies, but a great artist steals. Well, what does Picasso want to tell us with this quote? Well, copying is entirely different. With copying means to replicate something that has already been created, not to embed it, but to duplicate it. It's also a form of stealing, but without the originality implied in the Picasso quote. We can say, for example, a painting from, we can say, for example, the Night of Stars of Van Gogh, and other artists decide to paint a painting very similar to this. However, he presents this painting as his, and this is perfect copycat. Is it not okay that a person presents any kind of art if he was not the original creator? So we can avoid this kind of things if we mention that the original idea was from this author. It's similar to the plagiarism, in which we just mentioned the author who had the original idea. A lot of people said that people have a lot of talents. However, there are just a few who has good ideas. So, how can we protect ourselves of craft copycats? Well, first of all, we have to be original. How can be original? We have to focus on creating, we can say, a style, products, any kind of art, uniquely of ours, just our imaginations. Because the constantly evolving and developing of our own art will help us to design, write, and always let us to define our own way when we do our stuff. Another thing that we can do is, we can say that educate ourselves. We can talk with our family about the copyright laws, for example, and know how it's applied. Because if we, well, now that we are students, craft copycats not very demanding for us, but in the future it will, because we can get demand for a craft copycats for works that are originally not ours. So these are ways to avoid it. To conclude, I just want to say that craft and copycat, it's very similar to plagiarism. However, it's not. But still, we have to mention the original author's idea if we are having this like an inspiration. Well, in other words, just want to say then, don't do craft and copycats, and be original. Anything that you can create, it will be perfect. Okay, thank you very much, classmates. I'm Mr. Sosa.